It's the last Wednesday in the month of January 2026, and we just thank God for how far He has brought us. We thank God for the journey so far, and we are even much more grateful for the fact that we know that this is just the beginning, and we know that for every new day, the scripture says His mercy are brand new every day. And we just thank God for how far He has brought us on this journey of trying to find realignment, on trying to retune the system, on how to find a way to just get it going again. Being a drummer myself, sometimes you get to the drums and you want to play, but you strike every note, every part of the drum, but something just feels off, and you know that there's a need to get your to make the sound come out. She connects biblical truth with real life leadership, service, and identity. Also, Toyin serves at the Bridge Network, and is known for a practical, insightful approach to conversations that bridge faith, culture, and everyday living. So you can be sure that today is going to be great as we begin the conversation. And I think to begin the conversation with, because I would just want us to go into when details have that life was out of tune. I think the place, a good place to start is to get to know you. If we are to yes if we are to, yes, we've read your profile, but it's just a profile, but then it's different from having to meet you in person. If you had to describe Toyin, how would you describe her?
Okay. So, of course, Toyin is, would I say, easygoing, but focused, and also good at creating platforms where different stakeholders can come together and to chart a way forward for the industry. The industry per se, it's the tourism, hospitality, culture, heritage. And so what we've been able to do is to bring in policy, stakeholders dialogues and all that, and be able to chart the way forward. So that's like me in like a nutshell, beyond what you've read.
So for you now, I'm just curious, right? Did you ever know that tourism was what you were doing at this time? Did you ever thought about tourism going by? Thankfully, I know a bit of your own journey too, a bit, just a tiny bit. But look, from then and now, would you ever say that there was a time you're actually sure that tourism was going to be it?
Yes, at some point, but initially when I entered into the industry, I came in through transport planning and management.
Oh, okay.
So that was like my course, my diploma, because I actually have diploma in transport planning and management. And I was like, what kind of course is this? Am I going to become like an Agbiru and just be shouting bed, you know? So it was challenging to me, for me, because I felt, what purpose am I going to have in this? And suddenly one day, lecturer entered, and we have this subject called transports and tourism. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And I was started delving into it. I'm like, oh, this is really amazing. And also at the early stage, I had the opportunity to travel with my friend to Ghana, and we had this boat experience. I'm like, okay, I think this is really what I would want to do. We really don't have so much of this kind of experiences in Nigeria, to start curating such experiences for people. So I would say that for like over 20 years now, I've known that this is going to be like one of the major space. I got lucky because when I didn't want the course, when I wanted to cross for my degree, from diploma you move to your degree, a woman told me, don't do economics, because I wanted to choose economics. And they said no, because it's overrated. A lot of people are doing it. I know that.
Okay.
Just continue this your journey. And at that time, you'll be very few. And at that time, I was even like the second set for that particular course. So I felt, okay, no problem. But over the time, I took more interest in it. And I felt this is truly unique. It's different. And this is the part I want to go. So we have my own sets were like over 100. I would say that I'm really the one that went to tourism. So I have a lot of my colleagues that are probably heading railway stations or airports, airlines and all that. But I would say that I just took a turn and stood out and say, I'm going into tourism fully.
And the beautiful thing that one that I caught from your story now was the diploma part.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you wanted to cross over, but then you saw that you had wanted to cross again to say this, but someone showed you that.
Yes.
And all of that. So which meant that some things will now begin to look like they are out of tune.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a sort of displacement.
Exactly. Exactly.
But before you had someone come to tell you, what did you have initially in your mind?
Oh, when we're much younger, like kids and all, it's about the role model that you're seeing. Then, bankers will come, they will be well suited with heels. And also at that time I felt, for you to wear suits and all that, you have to be a banker. So I just decided, me too, someday I want to be like a banker so that I can wear all this, dress like this and all. So I just felt that I want economics. With economics, you can still go into the banking sector and all that. I mean, that was just like being childish. But until when the woman just said, you will thank me later. This field that you are in, it's going to be the main thing, years to come. And I felt, okay, no problem. Let me try it out.
Wow. So thankfully you had someone to take you through that, and you were obedient enough to follow through.
Exactly.
Good. So which meant that as you began that journey, there are expectations that this thing will yield to better thing and all of that. But in the course of that, did you ever have a moment or time when it felt like something was out of tune, that something was off?
Except if I want to lie, I think every human being would always feel that moment. Even if you have the passion, is what you've wanted, I know that you have your down moments. You have your moments when you feel, am I in line? Am I doing what is right? I want to give a practical example. So when I came back into the country, I came back December 2015, and I felt, okay, I'm going fully into tourism, like, concepts, new ideas for tourism, because we actually have over 1,000 types of tourism. I didn't
1,000 types.
We have over 1,000 types.
Yes. Wait, over 1,000.
Yes, of tourism. So we've not even scratched the surface of what this industry has to offer us.
Wow.
So coming back into the country, I felt I don't want to do ticketing, visa, vacation, because those were like the normal things that we do, travel agents and all that. So we started going into destination branding, destination promotion and all, which is, it takes longer for you to see the results. Meanwhile, if you had gone into like ticketing, you will start making money like immediately. In all fairness, there was a time I even had a conversation with Pastor Francis and saying, sometimes I feel, or should I even just join like the bandwagon and just make money, and probably just be doing ticketing. It makes part of it. I know, and he said no, that just continue your parts, because it's different, it's unique, and that's what makes you stand out. So my journey has never really been an easy journey, but I think it's really worthwhile, because what we're really doing is paving the way for others to now be able to follow.
I like the fact that you made mention of this idea of wanting to go into something that will bring money.
Yeah, so that
Okay, so that means that the industry that you are in is not one to say you can find quick money.
I would say that you can hardly find quick money in any industry. That's like the simple truth, because whatever you want to do, it's like a baby that you're starting. You have to nurture it, you have to nurse it and all that, and each product or each idea needs your time, your attention and all that. So it means that if I had gone to ticketing, for example, or saying vacation, it will be faster because it's already existing than something that is not yet existing. The people are not familiar with.
You become the scapegoat.
You are going like, it's like on I don't know how to say it. It's like a road that people have not started passing, and you want to pass. So it's like you're at the foundation that people can now begin to build on. So it wasn't an easy task. But the easy task would have been do what others have done. Just learn from them and do it. But no, what I did was, these are opportunities that can be able to improve the economy of Nigeria.
Wow.
And this is where I want to go to. So it's
so
not,
a quick one now. So what gave you that conviction that this was what you needed to do, as against what everyone was doing? You just wanted to do something that was unique, something that I just started, but then you were convinced that this was it.
Yeah, because it's been my field for years. I got introduced into tourism since like 2002, so that's like a long time ago. And but the thing was that I personally had passion and felt this can offer more. So by the time I was done with my BSc and I was relating with travel agents, I noticed that they were one-sided. Ticketing, visa processing, vacation. And the vacation is even go to Dubai or go to Zanzibar or whatever. So it wasn't really about domestic tourism. So I knew that there's more to this, because all the ideas that I had that I was sharing with them, it couldn't resonate with them because it wasn't what they were used to. So I knew that I needed to step out of Nigeria to be able to learn, and that was what led me to go to India. And when I got there, was when I now found out that we even have over 1,000 types of tourism. So coming back to Nigeria was not like, okay, what I've learned, let's begin to implement it. Let's see how we can begin to engage government. Let's see how, and since 2016, we've been engaging both states and even federal parastatals. So it's never been an easy journey, but I would say that it's really worth it, because years down the line now, we could see that we are changing the narrative and we are making impact in this tourism sector.
Amazing. So let's look deeper now. This is as against what you do and what you've been able to do. For you as an individual, at what point in your life can you say that on the outside things were looking great, but on the inside you could tell that something was not just right, but on the outside it was, at least you were everywhere with people could say that you were doing stuff, but you I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say, that
Yeah.
there's that part where you're just honest with yourself and like something's wrong somewhere.
Yeah. If I want to be truthful, I'll say that I don't think I've even really passed that stage, and I don't think even Dangote would have his own moments, and that's like the simple truth. Because like I said earlier, you're like going through a different journey that is not like the regular journey. So it means there are lots of ups and downs. So as at 2 years ago or something, I remembered when we're having one of our women's meeting, we get to meet every second Sunday of the month. And I just told them, I just want us to pray, because it's as if you don't know what you are doing. You are doing something, but results, because we're results driven in Nigeria, either we like it or not. We want to see results, not really about what you are doing, but what's the results. What can we see? What can we measure? We measure with things we see, and I was like, I just want us to pray, because I felt it's like you don't know what you're doing, because the results that you're expecting is not what you're getting. And at that time, I just needed my spiritual sisters just to boost my my morale and say, okay, we're still on the path and it's still making sense. And the funny thing was, a week after that prayer, alerts just came in for us to be able to do, because at that time was like the first year of a carbon. Yes, that was 2023. I remember now. Wow. 2023, when we wanted to do a carbon, because we needed funds to be able to do it. The funds were not available, and I just needed a signal that this is the right thing. So I had to again leverage on sisters and say, let us pray so that I'll be sure that I'm doing the right thing. And a week later, the alert just came. So that became like, okay, this is it. Then we're able to start moving, and before you knew it, a big brand like MTN came on board and all that. So sometimes you can feel like maybe you're out of tune because things are not working the way you plan. But that's the time you also now need to go more deeper, spiritual, and let God help. So I've gotten to the stage where I really don't want to use my brain for all these things. I also want to connect and let the Holy Spirit do the job for me, so that I become seamless. When the Holy Spirit is working, it helps you to connect with people that normally you will not be able to connect, with or to. That's the leverage that we get to have. So anytime I feel like I'm out of tune, I consciously want to be back in tune with Christ, with the Holy Spirit, because either we like it or not, most things happen in the spiritual realm before we experience it in reality. And that's like the simple truth.
Amazing. Thank you for drawing us to that fact about going back to God again. A quick one now. When do you think that a person realizes that their life is out of tune? At least from your own experience.
From different stages. Sometimes when you feel things are not working the way you planned it, it could be. And sometimes it might just be not that you're out of tune, but it's maybe you're just being tested. Sometimes you might feel that maybe you're hungry for something, or maybe you have a fight with somebody. That can also help you or help you to be out of tune. I don't know, maybe that's like the right English to use, but what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you yourself can feel a disconnection. It can be relationship, it can be if I'm saying relationship now, it can be relationship with God or even with people. It could be even husband and wives. Sometimes it can be out of tune. Husband and wife that they love each other and all of a sudden nothing is happening. Like what it was said on Sunday that Babatunde was saying, it was Biodo that was mentioning a couple that were in the same house, and all of a sudden they're like bedmates and no romance, nothing. So it means they were out of tune. But when they decide, or when the wife started reading the Bible and all that, the challenge that they had, then all of a sudden it was like a skill, and like, this is my husband. And since that time, they were back in tune. So it can be in different forms, different dimensions. There's really no one way of being out of tune. It can be out of tune with God, it can be with man, it can be friends, it can be husband, wife, it can be anything. It can even be out of tune in church. It can be anything.
There's this one also, though it's very close to something I had asked before, but this one is quite it's sort of personal again. It's still premised on the fact that you've been able to tell us your stories and the successes you've recorded. But have you ever felt at one time that you succeeded at something but still felt empty? Have you ever had anything like that, where you did something, you were successful at it, it was going great, but there was just this emptiness?
If I want to be truthful, I don't think so, because most of the projects that I get engaged in are actually quite impactful. So even if I don't make money, I always feel fulfilled that I've made an impact, and that has been like my track record for many years now. I mean, we started Egg Forum, where we're able to bring in young people. We started doing a lot of things, adopting orphanage homes, cleaning up environments. I went to India. We started leading major campaigns. So one way or the other, I think I've been conscious of that. You might not see me in a lot of projects, but before money, I will first think about the impact that it's going to make. Then I will now think about money.
So from what you said now, which I think is also profound, is that for anyone living their life by the virtue of results they want to see, if they are ever going to look for a result, it should be based on the impact that they are making.
At least that's what I've based my own life on. I always make sure that whatever project, no matter what, there's an impact that is making in the society. Is making an impact either for communities or for a set of groups or for people generally. That has always been my own kind of person. So it would be hard for me to do a project and feel that it's successful and I'm not fulfilled. I don't think I've ever had that moment, because even in India, they're always like, wow, like, this is really good, this is impactful. So if it's impactful, I don't see why I would not be fulfilled, except if I'm feeling, I've really put in a lot of effort, but there's really no money. But it won't be that I don't feel, but I'll still console myself like, but I've made impact. Yeah.
So you are impact driven.
Exactly.
So do you think that for someone who may be watching right now, or someone who feels definitely successful at something but feels empty, do you think if they had focused more on making impact, things could have been different?
I definitely feel so, because money is really, really good, because it helps you to get things done easily and all that. But I feel impact is greater, because if you're making impact, you might not make that money immediately, but it will come. Why? Because you are solving problems. So keep focusing on solving problems. When you solve problems, then money will come.
Again, still on this out of tune thing, I was speaking about realizing when something's out of tune, but again, thankfully, and you've also given us examples from your own, and the question is to say that for those times that you felt out of tune, what signals did you think God was giving you?
Okay. I can't really pinpoint to say maybe these were the signals, but you have this feeling that maybe something is not right, or you have this feeling of this could be better than what it is right now, and you feel that you have to do something about it for you to get back on track. So the easiest way that I do is I just go to God to help me. Sometimes I have my crying days with God. Sometimes I have like a conversation like we're friends and he's listening. Sometimes I'm like accusing like aren't you there, as in, but you are real, so why are these things not happening? So it really depends. And all this in tune, out of tune, it's also like a personal like a personal thing, because we all have ways in which we accept things. We all have ways in which we see things and all that. So our personality would also, determine how often you're out of tune. So I feel that if I feel low, or I feel like I'm not really making as much impact, or I'm not even making as much money that I'm meant to make. Yes, because like I said, money is also good. It's good to make impact and make money, because if you make money, you can also make more impact, and that's like the simple truth. So you would now be thinking and weighing it and say, okay, what's happening and all that. And for me, how it works is I just go to God and talk to God, and in no time I see results, because I'll be like, show me, let me see that I'm on the right track. And that works for me.
And that builds the premise for the next couple of questions to say, in that moment when you go to God and you're asking God, you've come to the realization that something is off, and then you have the understanding that you need to go to God and you pour out your mind to God. But then for some of us, and I think I'm standing in for someone who is saying, but sometimes I go to God, is as if the situation is still like the same. It's like I don't hear him clearly, or it's like there's still sort of more confusion about what to do. How did you, when you get to that point, how do you hear God? What is it that convinces you that God has spoken and these are the next step? Or what is the template for receiving from God in that moment where things are out of tune? You've gone to God, but you need an answer, you need direction, you need something to nudge you, or something to either something to steal your soul.
Okay, so truthfully, I wouldn't say there's like a formula that I follow. Over the years, what has worked for me, I have some of my songs that I sing when I'm in my low, and sometimes when I'm in my low is when I compose songs.
So we've not heard them. Why?
I compose when I'm in my low, and even when I'm also happy, maybe when something nice happens and all that, I also compose. Like I will sing it. Sometimes I record them and all that, so that I can always play them. I even have some songs that maybe I wrote like over 20 years and I still remember to sing them and all that. But there are some general ones that I know that I sing. There's one of God will make a way when there seems to be no way, and it works for me because we've known that song since when we're young and all that. So if I just feel like it seems doors are just closing in on me and it seems like I'm not making sense, even though I know that I'm making sense, then I sing, such songs. Like it works in ways we cannot see and all that. And another song I usually sing is I just can't give up now. I've gone too far from where I started from. And before I know it, sometimes it might be maybe I'm just watching a movie and something will just, strike and like, okay, this is making sense. Or somebody will say something, or even maybe some people are even just gisting.
So it's in our ability to just discern and be ready to hear,
and you just be like,
perceive.
This is you have this eureka moment, like this is it, okay, I'm on the right track, like God is with me, I'm going into this and all that. And I'm this kind of person, if I feel that if God can show me something that I can do it, no matter how big it is, I want to go all out for it, because I believe that it's my mindset that can let me not do it. Because I'll start looking at my circumstances. Oh, I don't have such money. How can I do such a big thing? Then that's how we limit ourselves. But what I also do, because we're in a country where if you even share your ideas too early, people just, are you sure? Is this one? By the time your morale will just, be down. And sometimes what I just do is I just lock my ears, like, let me make mistakes. Sure, let me fail. I'm failing forward because I will learn something. So I think that really make me, scale through some certain things, because most times I think it's more of the voices we hear surrounding us to think why should you, or you are doing too much, or why don't you just slow down? Is it only you? Then why can't it be only me? Yes. So at some point those things used to get to me, but I think I've gotten to the stage where when I get to heaven, I'll not be telling God that but somebody said I'm doing too much, so I'm relaxing, so I didn't do so. So in this 2026, I'm coming out more, to become who God really wants me to become. So it means if He's showing me something, He would also provide the resources to do them. And I think that's the most important thing, not the voices around you or even what the economy is saying. It shows you, go out and do it.
Man, thank you for that. I think another side to the conversation is even being able to be honest about this moment. Someone can, it's just like this illustration that pastors tells us, that someone is climbing a ladder only to realize that ladder was leaning on the wrong wall. Right? At that moment, it takes a real depth of honesty to admit that I've been on the wrong path. Or the reason why this is out of tune is because I'm not in alignment with where and who I'm supposed to be. I want you to speak to that idea of because it's two things. It's either to honestly accept it and do something about it, or to conceal it, pretend that everything is okay and still go forward. So I'd like you to speak to that, to say for someone in that in currently in that situation, that yes, they've seen the truth about where they are, the reason why some things may be off, but are yet to receive it as a truth and find something about that. How should they deal with that moment?
Well, I think like you said for you to be honest with yourself, because it's never too late to turn back. It's never too late to start again.
But someone will say, I've gone too far already, and I'm successful at this, but something is still, I know, so I've gone far, I'm successful, I know something is out of tune, but to go back.
So to be honest with yourself, you just have to go back. It doesn't mean that probably you have to totally stop whatever you're doing, but you can pick up. I'm sure probably why you would like to go back is probably you now discover your purpose and you don't want to shy away from it, because if you do shy away from it, you are just wasting more time, because at the end of the day you have to begin again. Pastor used to say that it's marriage that you get your certificates before you go into it, but with God you must be ready for you to be able to get your certificates, for you to move to the next level. So I think the earlier you stop, and the best time to even just stop, once you've realized it, that you're on the right path, is now. Stop now. And, rethink or recalibrate. Like Pastor we say, recalibrate and see how you want to move.
But this idea of recalibration is hard, don't you think?
It's hard.
Especially when you've become successful at it.
But if you are successful at it, but you are not fulfilled in it, you might need to also look for something that will make you feel fulfilled. And that's like this particular topic that we are dwelling on right now. It's like the reality of most, not even just Nigerians, of most humans, because we are in a safety net. And we felt this is a safety net. I don't want to go to an unknown zone. And darkness might actually be in that unknown. So it takes courage to leave certainty to want to go to uncertainty. But that's only the way to be different. Except if you are just okay. Some people are just okay with being I'm a good child, a good student, I have good grades, I'm married, somebody good, a spouse, either a wife, husband, I have a good job, I have my children, I have my grandchildren, and now I can go and leave this earth. I've really fulfilled my my own role or something, my own purpose. That might be for somebody, but that's not for somebody like me, because I want to be able to know how many lives did I impact, how many lives did I touch. how many. So I have to think beyond me. So when I'm thinking, I'm not just thinking about me, my family, my son, and all. I'm thinking about how can we better the community? How can we better the church? How can we better Oyo State? How can we better Nigeria? How can we better Africa? How can we better India? So my own thinking is beyond just having good grades and, you know, good work and all that. So it means that there's no other way for me. It has to be impactful. I have to look back and say
whether it's still, whether it follows what everyone is saying or not. And that's what I caught from your story also, and from this conversation. This thing with being different.
Yeah.
And it's scary to be different.
It's not easy.
Again, how have you been able to stay different? What is that? What is it that convinces you to be different? To say this is what I want to do, whether someone thinks is fine or not. You just have that with you. What's that one thing? What is your story? What's your secret? What's the formula? Because, and the reason I'm asking is because too many times when things are out of tune is that many people just want to follow what everyone is doing, and while things are going well, there's just something about it that tells you this thing is not where you really want to be, but then you have to do it because it's what everybody's doing. But then the fear of being different kicks in, and so that person is not being able to live to the fullest of their potential.
In all fairness, I would be lying if I am trying to claim that it's just me. I want to believe it's God. And I'm not saying this because this is a church thing, no. I want to believe it's God, because even I can't really say where I get that. It's crazy because it happens to me not just in Nigeria but also in India. When we started Egg Forum, when we're doing Egg Forum and all that, and we wanted to clean Mokola, the drainage from the Wema Bank down to Scoops. It used to be Scoops then. Mokola was like one of the most dirtiest place back then. And there's this man that I really respect a lot, man of God, that told me, Toyin, I spoke with my wife and all that I should advise you that you should just focus on making money first. When you make money, then you'll be able to make an impact and all that. You just want to be doing impactful projects when you don't have money and all that. Just leave all those, those your egg, whatever projects you want to do and all that. I was just smiling. I said to you, I know you. There was all that you are smiling. You will do what you want to do. And I was smiling. I didn't say anything. But the simple truth was, few days to that day that we're meant to do the cleanup, it was called Cleanup Mokola or something, or Cleanup Project or something. I can't remember the name. I went to that Mokola. I saw the dirt, and I said to him, because how people would truly come here to clean up, I don't know what you were thinking. Because myself and my members say, we'll go to government, then it was Oyo State Solid Waste Management and all that. We'll go there, we'll tell them, we want to do this, we want to clean, we want to do this, we want to do this. This is our job that you are doing for us. Okay, we'll support you, we'll do this. That time I was so skinny because we would even trek like half of the way to get to those places. But we were meeting decision makers. I was doing that when I was like in my 20s. And I wasn't scared of anybody. We just want to see. I will even ask for like the topmost person at that whatever, So, but what got me thinking and also changed my mindset was the day of the cleanup. Remember I said 2 days before, I said, what this one, that kind of thing. And we told people to come by 7 a.m. We got there by 6:30 and we met people.
Wow.
With brooms, shovels.
Wow.
And I was like, and from that day, I told myself, you can only be the one to limit yourself. Anything you think about, if God can put it in your mind, then you can achieve it. Bankers, even Pastor Francis was there. A lot of people, teachers, different people. The government officials came. Oyo State Solid Waste Management brought their their tanker, whatever, to the waste
Machine.
whatever, to evacuate the waste that people entered that that drainage, and people that were passing by were said, "What's happening here? We're cleaning. Can we join you?"
Wow.
Yes, you can join us, and know that there was DJ, there was music. It was fun. And then I was like, wow, from an idea, and it became a reality. And what I also want to bring out is that man that told me that don't do things like that. Daddy said, "You've proven me wrong," and gave me 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira back then. It was a lot. It was that 5,000. The exact 5,000 naira was the amount we paid water tanker.
Wow.
Because after the cleaning, we flushed the drainage and all that. Until date, go and check that gutter. It's never been dirty. Of what we did, I think we did it in 2008 or 2009. So I have always believed that people are waiting for change. They just want who is going to build the cart, who is going to start first. So I don't mind being that first person to say, we can do this, and let others follow. And that's what we're also doing with the Cabo. Now, years down the line, this year is going to be our 4th year. But if you see the decision makers that are saying, wow, this is good. When governments, parastatals are saying, this is what we are meant to be doing, and this is what we are doing, then you think it's really worthwhile. We're not making money, but we're making impact.
Man,
and impact over time will bring money. That's the conviction.
I mean that's a very dangerous thing to do, especially being a Nigerian. And this time of the economy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So back to you again. What for you as a person? You've come a long way, and there's still more days for you. You still have a long way to go, even though you've still come a long way. What are the systems that have defined or shaped you that helps you stay in tune?
Okay.
That helps you to see that you don't go off tangent.
So I think I have to give credit at this point to the Bridge Network, because they really shaped me. Because before I came back to Ibadan, when I was schooling in Olabisi Onabanjo University, formerly Ogun State University, people used to tell me, "Oh, it's like you're doing like different things. You have different ideas and all that. Can you just do one thing, or can you?" So it was like I was strange to a lot of people. Like, you just come up with all these huge ideas and all. But when I came into the Bridge Network, they were able to even give me, like, open your mind. Somebody like Pastor Francis, that man, we need to really study you, Chile. And they also helped you with being different. So I was able to blend. It was like I was home, where I'm not being looked at as you are weird or you are different. So it's like you even have Oga, that even you are thinking, this man is something else. So I was able to digest a whole lot of things. And if you see our teachings, they are not like the regular teachings. You are groomed for the world. That's the way we are. So, and that has even shaped us. I know Pastor Francis, for you to be able to let him say, "Good job," you have to be excellent. So it means that when we get to the industry, even when we are still like 10%, people are already rating you like, "Wow, you are different. You are doing this. You are doing," and like, we are still warming up. We've not even executed most of the things that we've learned. So over the years, the teachings that we have in the Bridge, network has been able to shape us differently and makes us stand out. And also some dire principles that you cannot do without. I think that really helped me. And I joined this church in my 20s. So early 20s. And that has, really helped, or maybe mid-20s or something. I was already done with my university. But I came out into a place where I was able to be shaped and have clarity of mind. Because you can't work with Pastor Francis and not have clarity of mind. You are certain where you are going to, what you want to do. So that became like a tool for me to be able to do what I want to do. And luckily, I also got married inside the Bridge Network. That's where I met my husband. So our combination is quite rare. So it makes it easy for us to come up with fantastic ideas and run it through. It becomes easy for us. And even when like our lows, we can always, console each other. Because we are also friends. I mean, we've been friends for years before we started dating. We also dated for like 8 years before we got married. So even sometimes I'll tell him, oh, my friend, you say I'm your husband, I say you're my friend first, then my business partner before my husband. I will laugh about it.
Amazing.
So I think it's just God, and I'm grateful because it's indeed a privilege. I wouldn't want to say this is how easy it's going to be for everybody. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm grateful of where I am, and truly the impacts that I've been able to make, at least in Oyo State government, when it comes to tourism, when it comes to hospitality, when it comes to culture. I'm grateful.
Amazing. We're going to begin to wrap things up now. There's this, it just occurred to me that in the last couple of weeks we've been exploring life out of tune. But then a life that is in tune, what does it look like? If someone's life is in tune, what are we to see? What are the basic parameters?
So there are different yardsticks, different parameters. But I would say that if you're in tune, in your life, or you are just running before God would even do what He wants to do. Do you have this joy from within, that even though life is giving you baskets, you just have this joy of the Lord, knowing that it is your strength? I think if you have all those things and you can always connect to God and speak to Him anyhow, depending on your moment. Because there are some, I told you there was a time we lost one. It was so painful. I really cried. And for the first time I said, do you even really exist? Like, are you, or is it, or what is karma? I had to ask, because I felt we've really put in all our efforts and all that. We did it well, but we lost it at some point. But again, the word came saying, I'll give you much more than that. Then I became at peace. Like, it's okay. And it's not meant to be. If it's meant to be mine, it will be mine. So are you constantly, do you have what takes you back? Because you always have life challenges. That's the simple truth. And it can come in different ways. But can you always go back to God? Because that's like the only way. There's no any other way. Any other way, it's like you're out of tune. So I feel that is what it is for me.
Peace.
But I'm not saying that is the formula. I could be right, I could be wrong, but that is what it is for me. So because sometimes people get to ask me that sometimes we want to call you to Barowa Fune or something, but you are the one even gingering us to say, oh, it's good, things will still be good and all. Where does this come from? And I get to think about it. It can only be God. It can only be God, because if not, you just have hypertension, high blood pressure. I don't have. Kunle used to say one thing, because truly Kunle is even like is another his own is even, because sometimes you like show man ronusha, that kind of thing, because it won't get to him. it would, okay, let's move to the next whatever. And sometimes like, just like that, what do you want to do? Can you change what has happened? What's the next strategy? And that has really helped us. So against all odds, we always try to find ourselves back in the secret place, because it's that secret place that makes everything make sense. Even that's why they will say you may not see the rain, but your valley shall be full. So you have to believe it, so that over time it becomes your reality. It doesn't mean that you can't time God. You can't say this is when it's going to be. Of course, we'll still set goals and all that, but it doesn't mean that if you don't achieve that goal at that time, you now say, why am I setting goals? This year I'm not setting any goal. The one I set last year, I didn't even achieve half of it. Still set. Because you don't know when you're going to get to that end of the tunnel. You might just be few steps away. So what if you've been taking like 1,000 steps and you have just like 50 more steps to take, and you say, I'm turning back. So it seems this tunnel is too long. But you didn't know that it was meant to be 1,000 steps. And you didn't know that you were so close, and you turn back. You lose it all. So that is why we just have to continue. Consistency. We just have to continue. You just have to go back to God. You just have to go back to God. That's like the only way. There's no other way.
And thankfully, you've given us some examples. But then this example where, and I love the fact that you give us from the perspective of the fact that life will always throw things at you.
Oh yes.
But then life will throw some huge things. So I imagine someone trying to do something, and then probably experienced a loss of a loved one that shifted something. So let me be more practical. So I imagine a scenario where you have like the first child, they lose like both parents. Now the first child has to be the one to like cater. Meanwhile, that first child has dreams, has had ideas, but now there's something that is looking like that may not be able to achieve, that may not be able to he or she may not be able to attain it, but because he has to now sort of divert to take care of these other things that look like that. For people in such situations where they are hit with something that will make it look like they can't go for where they can't focus on their purpose again, where it has to be Wow.
I never knew where it was leaving. Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but since that day that I called God that be my father, even though I don't think I was really like a deep Christian like that in GS3, but I felt his presence. And I used to call myself, oh, God's most. So I think I've even been the one that limited the gift that he has given me. And I decided that in this 2026, I want to begin to express it without thinking of what anybody will say. It shows me I'm going out to do it. And I think that's what I can say.
Wow, this has been very, how should I put it now? Because I wouldn't want to say insightful, but it has been interesting to get to know you. Thank you for being able to share your story. And I think the summary of today's, if I was to break it down to one thing, is that I think I'll do three things. Is that number one, don't be afraid to be different.
Don't.
Which is to say that whatever it is that you have received from God, whatever it is that and where you are meant to be, where you are on the path that you are meant to be on, or where you are meant to go, is where you should go, because that then will give you the fulfillment that you need for life, even when the results are not looking like it. Exactly. As you have shared from your stories, where even yes, you know that this is where you are meant to be, this is the path that you're meant to tread on, but then you are not, it's not looking like the result. In fact, it might get to a point where it's like someone is mocking you to say, but then just knowing that you are on that path is how you can tell that your life is in tune. And another thing that I also got is that you have to keep going back to God. There's no other way to it.
No other way.
And that life, while life will throw things at you, God still remains.
It's still there. Even in that storm, it's there.
And you can't afford to lose sight of things. And while you want to see results too, it's better to focus on impact, because I think that's another thing that that's one very small thing. It looks small, but it's very big, and it's because someone will think impact in terms of the big things as against the little things that affect the little things that your little efforts per se, your little or big effort is making on someone else's life, knowing fully well that someone can go to bed sleeping, or knowing fully well that your community is better for it. And I want to say thank you for letting us into your story. I wouldn't have imagined that you didn't meet your father, and then you had to meet him for 5 years ago, being an adult, and you can imagine I can only imagine the emotional merry-go-round now. The emotional there's this emotional merry-go-round, emotional cycle just running around, like how you're meant to accept that reality. And this is just to say again that whether you grew up with a father whether you grew up without a father or without a mother, is that God has a plan for you. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good place to land it upon, to say God has a plan for you. Whether you lost a loved one, regardless of how you lost them, God has a plan about you. That thing that you wrote about you, it will still come to pass. While it is hard, while you still have to make ends meet, while you have to survive, while you have to go through it, knowing fully well that God is with you, and just knowing fully well that He will guide us through every step is enough consolation. And the whole idea and the reason why we are just doing this is for everyone to be on that path that God has designed for them. On that, just to be able to stay on course, to say, this is where I am. Apostle Paul was talking about, I press on towards the mark of the high calling. There's a mark for everyone to press on. So if you are not there, then means that you are out of tune. And this is, and I believe that we've been able to do justice to the fact that there's a need for realignment. There's a need for you to tune those places, and that's what we have been able to do in this last couple of weeks to get our tuning key, whatever it is that we need to do to fine tune all of those places. And the solution from everything that we said so far is that God has a plan for us, and He has the roadmap. If there's anything that looks like is off tangent, is to go back to God to show us how to go back. And another thing I also got from everything that we've said in this last 4 weeks is just to be able to own up to our truth, to say, this is where I'm meant to be, but this is where I'm going, and it is not right. I can only go back here, regardless of what people will think of me or whatever it is that people will say, is to go back again and just get our life in tune. Once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you particularly for sharing your story with us. Thank you for being honest with your story, and I'm hoping that someone out there is inspired. I'm hoping that someone out there is blessed, and I'm hoping that this moment, just as we begin to go deeper into the year, you'll be able to find realignment. You'll be able to find your tune again, and your life becomes your life comes back orderly. There's this is my hope that our lives get back to the right place and we can be in tune again. So that's how we wrap things up here for World Bank Kingdom Conversation for this month. It's been 4 weeks of insightful experience and just having these conversations and just trying to find alignment. Once again, I find the answers you need to find your tune back again. So Kayode Sanni is my name. We wrap things up now, and don't forget, yes, just before we go, don't forget that Saturday we have our leadership meeting by 7 a.m. and on Sunday we resume again our service time, 8 a.m. for the Real Success Seminar, 9:30 a.m. for the network service, and I know that you're going to be blessed. So we expect to see you on Sunday, and God bless you. Bye for now.